Yeah, I was noticing how soft it was when we were looking at it originally. Okay, our original idea had been to, when we were walking through, Sharon said, doesn't that look like a face to you? And so we thought about building up, like with clay, a bowl and planting in a trumpet vine. But then we researched trumpet vines and found out that it was kind of an invasive plant. So we found another vine that looks very similar, and it's called Bignonia capreolata, or crossvine, yeah. And it's not as invasive. It grows fast, but it doesn't take over like trumpet vine does. And I found a source for it at Walker's Rustic Acres down in Lufkin.
Okay.
So we had talked about planting it on here, but the weight of it, I think you had talked to Mr. Sutherland and said the weight and might damage the tree even more.
Yeah.
So we thought about just planting it at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then also we were going to make a butterfly puddle with the salt mixed with sand for the minerals for the butterflies to get, and placing it on this bottom wart in a clay tray.
Gotcha.
So, anyway.
Well, we have quite a few native plant materials already here on the site that you can go through and we can use for your projects, anybody's project out here. We have, I believe, some crossvines available, and wisteria and honeysuckle and quite a few different plants.
So would you rather we just use yours rather than plant it here rather than?
You don't have to pay for it.
Well, I was going to see if you'd donate some, because I didn't know y'all had that available.
But we do have that available, and I was told this morning that any plants that we have, y'all are welcome to use in your project, incorporate.
So if we pick a lighter plant to go up here, like a trailing, like a green ivy, would that be okay?
Make it look like hair.
Or like fern, a lighter fern, and
Yeah.
then use clay and didn't make as large of a.
One thing I'm kind of worried about with this issue is watering. You know, a lot of plants that are in pots need a lot of attention, and it's just a very well-drained environment, which is ideal for growing.
The crossvine is one. In the research, we found out that it was one that prefers a well-drained soil.
Well-drained. It's very drought-tolerant. You're right, but I think even in a pot, you know, if you're going to have a pot that it was going to grow and actually thrive in, it was going to have to be a big pot.
So we'll plant it at the base then and just do the puddling things.
And for the fern idea, I know resurrection fern is a really neat fern that would do well here. And post oaks generally have quite a bit of it on them. You can see it all brown right here. Well, that's not dead. It's actually just dormant. And when it rains, it doesn't take but a few hours before that is bright green and standing upright. So if there's a way that we could acquire some of that, I know we have some of the stumps and logs around the facility. We could transplant that, work in some kind of medium to hold the soil there in place.